Tamara took over after the company's previous CEO stepped down abruptly amid a discrimination lawsuit that accused him of racist and sexist slurs and inappropriate language and behavior. So it was a tumultuous time, to say the least. Tamara has had an incredibly impressive career in advertising. She's been CEO of 2 different London agency offices and was chief client officer at WPP just prior. So this was a logical step for her, but it happened very abruptly. So why don't we begin, Tamara, with just telling us kind of what that was like to step into a company at that time in that kind of context.
I think the first thing is when something happens incredibly quickly, you have to remember the fragility of the people you leave as well as the people you go into. And it really took 24 hours, less than 24 hours, 12 hours. So I was very conscious of all the people I cherished I worked with to say goodbye well in a very short space of time, but also for the people I was meeting to say hello, and to do it in a way that honoured the fact they would be in a moment of change and to acknowledge their feelings. So I think that's the key thing, to arrive realising that it is a human business, and that, particularly in our advertising business, and one needs to acknowledge goodbyes as well as hellos.
So the way it went down, it was announced at noon, and by 1 o'clock you were at the company, and by 3 o'clock you did a town hall. What was that? I mean...
Well, there wasn't much planning, I have to be honest. Yes, so I arrived in the agency at 1 o'clock. I wanted to make sure that some people who I knew would feel fragile I would see before the town hall. Then at the town hall, obviously my task was to give people a sense of security, continuity, stability, and hunger. When you're in these moments, they're moments of... they are moments of opportunity, because the world only expects bad things. And if you can expect wonderful things out of it, it gives people a sense of confidence and a place and a vision to go to. So that's what I tried to do at 3 o'clock.
So I want to talk about what you are doing and what your plan is for JWT. But before that, a few months later, another advertising executive, Saatchi stepped down for also controversial remarks, Kevin Roberts. And so, and there has been a lot of attention lately about advertising having a gender problem, being a sexist culture, and just having issues around women at the top, and just having a cultural issue as well. And it seems to me that you would think advertising is a creative issue, creative industry, it would be progressive. But is there a broader problem in the industry?
I think until the leadership represents the streets we live in wherever we are in the world, and I mean totally in the population, we will all have a problem. I actually think advertising, therefore, is not as good as many of us in the industry would like it to be, but I don't think that it is worse than many companies. But I'm absolutely clear, until we represent our street, we will not be good enough. And for me, this is... vital for our company's strategy. If we're going to have a divergent product offer, we need divergent thinking and people from many areas. And I feel this incredibly strongly. I think if we look at the malaise of politics, Brexit, very dear to my heart, the election, also extraordinary in this country, I believe it's because we have a forgotten 30%. So when I think about diversity of people, I think about, obviously, women, I think about sexuality, I think about any ethnic group, but I also think about people who don't go to the same universities, have the same education. I'm very interested in the graduates of life. We are about innovation, we're about engaging people with truths against our products, and we cannot deliver it if we don't have the people that represent the communities we live in. So I don't think we have a bad problem, but we have a lot, all of us in this room as leaders, have a lot to do, and it will take a lot of intervention.